than that. You're going to bring yourself onto your mat. Make sure you've got space around you so you feel nice and comfortable. And then you're going to, I'm just going to move the camera here a little bit. Bring yourself down onto your mats, and we're just going to lie on our mats to begin with. So bring yourself into a nice supine position. If you've got a really big bend in the back, if you're quite lordotic, feel free to bend your knees and place your feet flat. Excuse me. Whatever feels good for you. Whenever I lie down, I'm like, oh, time for sleep. So bringing yourself down onto the mat, let your palms fall open at your sides. And however feels best for you, maybe you want the bent knees, maybe you don't. You can also take reclined bound angles, so bringing your feet together and letting your knees drop open to the side. It's completely preferential how you take this. Close your eyes when you're ready. Feel yourself melt down into the mat. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Expand your abdomen and send all of that air down towards the bottom of your lungs, filling them like a glass all the way to the top. When you reach the top, exhale, reverse the breath, navel to spine. And again, inhale. And exhale. Start to tune out all your outside distractions, thoughts and worries. And just tune into your breath. Feeling that slow and steady rise and fall. With every inhale, feel that breath washing through you. And as you exhale, release. Always using the full capacity of your lungs. Inhale and maybe pause for a second at the top, teaching your body to breathe that little bit deeper. And exhale, release, navel to spine, expelling every last drop. Start to check in with those key tension points. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears, gliding those shoulder blades down the spine into the mat. Neck long and head light. Maybe take an imaginary broom and sweep the mind free of any clutter, any wandering thoughts. Start to soften your facial features. Start to soften your jaw. Make sure you're not frowning unnecessarily, holding any tightness in your face. Draw your tongue down away from the roof of the mouth and allow your back teeth to unclench. Breathing into that body. And on your next inhale, draw your right knee in towards your chest. If your legs are bent, straight the left leg out. Spine flat. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, pull that right knee in towards you. Gentle stretch down the front of the hamstring. And maybe you start to gently rotate that ankle. Loosening up the joints, mobilizing your joints, getting the synovial fluids flowing around the body. Deep inhale, keep that spine pressed down into the mat, the shoulders down, the neck long. If you feel like you get cramp when you move your ankle around, just keep it in a nice still position, either flexed or pointed. Take a nice deep breath, inhale. Start to straight that right leg out, pointing it up towards the sky and flex the foot. Nice hamstring stretch here. Placing your hand either on the back of your thigh, on the back of your calf, or if you're feeling super flexible, reaching up and taking hold of your big toe. I know it's our first stretch of the day, so if you're not feeling up to being that flexible, then do not worry. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, pull that leg towards you, one bit at a time. a nice progressive hamstring stretch. So this is a really good one to do before or after running. It's also good for your knees, good for strengthening your knees. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. And if you feel like you're a bit wobbly on your hips, like you're lifting on one side, push down on the left hip bone with your left hand. Give me one more deep breath here. Really pull yourself as deep into that stretch as you can. And start to drop that leg open to the right, so opening up the hips. And you're very welcome here. If having a straight leg is just a little bit much, feel free to bend the knee and drop the knee open. So you're still opening up the hip. Take your left hand, push down on your left hip bone. What you want to avoid is the left hip lifting off the mat. You want to keep that spine as flat on the mat as you can. It's a little bit harder if you are with a straight leg. Your left hip will want to try and lift. So try and just push that left hip back down into the mat. Inhale and exhale, melt into that hip opening, that hamstring stretch. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. One more breath here. And now bend the knee, send that right knee all the way across to the left, but keep that right arm reaching out, gazing down those right fingertips. Taking a nice supine twist. And again, you're very welcome to straight the right leg out and take hold with your left thumb. If you're like me and you've got no space to do it because you set up your mat in a bizarre place, then no worries. You can either shift your mat or just keep that knee bent. Deep breath, inhale, really breathe into that twist from the base of your spine up to your neck, curving. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, gently bring yourself back to center. Take your right ankle to your left knee, reclined pigeon pose. Bring your palms onto the back of your left thigh. Inhale. And exhale, start to pull that knee towards you, opening up the hip and giving that right glute a nice stretch. So this is another really good one to do before or after you run. It's a really nice hip opener. It's a nice glute stretch. Inhale. Exhale. With every breath, try and push yourself a little deeper into the stretch. That is the lovely thing about holding stretches for a little bit longer. You really do get even deeper into them. Really feel yourselves melting into that stretch. Inhale. And exhale. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Really, really nice. One more breath here. Bring those legs back to center and switch. Bring your left ankle on to your left knee and pull that leg towards you. So now we're just opening up the left hip, the left glute, getting a nice stretch. We're going to go backwards now. So we're going to do all the stretches we did on the right, but we're going to do them on the left, going backwards. Inhale. Exhale, pull that right thigh towards you. Really feel the opening of the hip. I also like to have a little rock from side to side in this stretch. I don't know why, I just quite like massaging my spine on the mat. It feels quite nice. If you're holding a stretch for a long time, it's nice to put a little bit of movement into it. And with every exhale, always trying to pull yourself a little deeper. I always think of it as inhale to prepare and exhale to go. So inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, push yourself a little deeper. It's easier to get deeper into a stretch on an exhale because your muscles relax a little bit. Inhale. And exhale, and that's why it's so important to just keep that breath flowing. Really nice. Take a nice deep breath. Straight that right leg out. Take that left knee across to the right and reach that left arm out. Supine twist from the base of your spine all the way up. And again, if you want to straight that left leg out and take hold with your right hand, then by all means do. Deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Really nice breaths. Inhale. And exhale. And give me one more deep breath. Gently bring yourself back to center. Straight that left leg up towards the sky, flexing that left foot. Inhale. And either placing your hands on the back of your thigh, your calf, or reaching up towards your big toe. Getting that nice progressive hamstring stretch, trying to keep that spine flat, push down on that right hip bone. Inhale. And exhale. Really, really feel with every breath that you're getting even deeper into that stretch. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale, give me one more here. And then dropping that left leg open. And remember, you don't have to keep it straight. You can bend the knee if that feels a little bit better. You're still opening the hip. The straight leg only gets deeper into your hamstring. Pushing down on your right hip bone to keep that spine nice and flat on the mat. Inhale. And exhale, really nice. Breathing deeply into that stretch, keeping the spine glued down on the mat. So if you feel like your right hip is lifting, just pull yourself a little bit out of the stretch. Take a deep breath, inhale. And exhale, if your knee is not bent, then bend it now. Draw the knee in towards the chest. Hug that left knee in. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, pull the knee in tighter and give that ankle a little rotate. Mobilizing the ankle, getting the synovial fluids flowing. Wiggle your toes, just waking up those little parts of the body. Really nice. Lovely. And while we are here, just take your legs into a tabletop position, and you're going to bring that right leg on top of the left like you are crossing your legs. Take hold of opposite feet with your hands and pull the feet apart and towards you at the same time. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Really nice inhale. And exhale. And pull those feet apart and towards you. So this is your reclined cow face pose and increases mobility in the hips. It's another really nice one to do just before you go running or after you go running. Breathing deeply into that stretch, inhale. And exhale. And switching sides, so bring that left knee on top of the right. Take hold of opposite feet with your hands and pull the feet apart and towards you at the same time, really feeling that stretch in the hips. Inhaling and exhale. Well done, really nice. Breathe deeply into that stretch, always pulling them a little bit further towards you on the exhale. Really nice. And remembering, just get as deep into the stretch as you can. We're holding it for a long period of time, so you really can feel that stretch in the hips. Get it nice and indulgent. Give me one more breath. And then draw those knees towards you. Up and asana, give yourself a little rock from side to side. Massaging your spine on the mat, and then start to rock backwards and forwards and just bring yourself up into a seated position on your mats, crossing your knees, bringing the palms onto your knees, and just start to rotate those shoulders, bring them up to your ears and down your spine. Deep shoulder rolls, like you're trying to draw pictures with your shoulder blades. Nice and indulgent, and really feel how nice it feels to unlock that shoulder girdle with these deep rolls. Really nice. Bring your palms back onto your knees and start to drop the chin to your chest. So we're just moving our head. Keep your body nice and straight. Keep the back long. Everything nice and still except your head, dropping that chin down. So you're going to feel that stretch down the back of your neck. And then start to lift that chin up, gazing up towards the sky, feeling that stretch down the front of your throat. Really nice, really feeling it pulling. Bring yourself back to center. Gaze all the way across to the right. And then all the way across to the left. Head back to center. Drop that right ear towards your right shoulder. And if you want to take that right hand and take it over the top to take hold of your left ear, give that a little pull. So you're pulling it down the left side of your neck. And you can reach that left arm out and try and touch the floor. If you want to lift the fingers and point them, then that gets even deeper into the stretch. Gently pulling from finger to ear. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Letting go. Bring yourself back to center. Straight that right arm out. Drop the left ear to your left shoulder. Bring that left arm up and take hold of your right ear. Gently pulling on the right side. Giving yourself a stretch all the way down the neck and the arm. Maybe lifting those fingers and pointing. Inhale. And exhale. Really nice. Inhale. And exhale. One more deep breath. Letting go. Bring yourself back to center. Interlace your fingers at the front. Imagine you're hugging a giant beach ball, making a circle shape with your hands, and drop your chin to your chest, curving the spine like a C shape. Really, really pushing those shoulders apart. Inhale. Really, really feel those shoulders splitting, the spine all curved and stretched. Deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Push up towards the sky, pushing the airway. Drop the shoulders down, away from the ears. Really nice. Hinge across to the left, stretching the right side of the body. And if you want to take your left hand to your right wrist and gently give yourself a little pull, then by all means do that. Keep those bum cheeks planted on the mat, that chest nice and open and the neck long. Inhale. And exhale, really feeling like you're adding inches onto the right side of the body. Well done, deep breath. Exhale, gently bring yourself back to center. And hinging across to the right now. So you can take that right wrist to your left, your right hand to your left wrist, and gently pull from hip to fingertip. Keep those bum cheeks glued down onto the mat. So if you feel like you're lifting on the left-hand side, pull yourself out of the stretch a little bit. Inhale. And exhale, reaching. Keep that chest open. Try not to collapse forward or back. Deep breath. And exhale. Well done, really nice. Really feel that lateral stretch all the way down the left side. And gently back to center. Bring those arms out in line with your shoulders. Wiggle those wrists and those fingers. Start to draw the arms behind you. Interlace the fingers. Push the chest forward. Draw those shoulder blades together at the back like chicken wings. Heart center open. Deep breath. And if you want to, you can start to bring yourself forward, hinging at the hips. Get deeper into those shoulders. And breathe. Take one more deep breath here. And unlock the fingers and bring your arms out in front. So I'm just going to shift back so you can see what I'm doing. You're going to bring the arms out in front of you, hinging at your hips, reaching all the way forward, reaching with those fingers. Walk the hands all the way across to the right, feeling the stretch through the left. And then all the way across to the left, feel the stretch through the right. And gently back to center. Let's take a little seated twist. Take your right hand behind you like a secondary spine. Left hand comes to the outside of the right knee. Sit up nice and tall, drop the shoulders down, inhale. Exhale, push that knee away and gaze behind you, twisting. So when we twist, we're compressing our organs and we're releasing toxins. So when we let go of the twist, we're allowing fresh blood to run through our organs. Inhale. And exhale, push that knee away, get deeper into the twist. Take one more deep breath here. Gently release the twist, bring yourself back to center. Take that left hand behind you like a secondary spine. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, push that knee away, gaze over the left shoulder. Keep the shoulders drop down. Spine long and straight. Use that left hand as a support, as a secondary spine. Push that knee away, gazing. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Bring those palms in front and bring yourself into an all fours position. Stacking your joints, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Pushing down through your palms, your knees, and the tops of your feet. Inhale. And exhale. And what I want you to do is imagine that you are pushing away the mat, like you're trying to lift off into the air. Deep breath. Inhale. And let's start a little bit of mobilization of the spine. Inhale, drop the navel to the floor, gaze up to the sky, heart center open. Exhale, cat pose. Spreading the shoulders, crown of the head towards the floor, navel in. Inhale, getting deep into our spines. And exhale. And if you are happy with this movement, by all means stay here. If you would like to go a little bit further, you can start to mobilize any part of your body that you want. Get your wiggle on, get as weird as you like. And the lovely thing about practicing at home is that you really can be as weird as you like. Give that bum a wiggle. Maybe you want to sit all the way back and reach those arms out in front. Get into your fingertips, child's pose. Push all the way forward into your cobra. Really, really mobilizing your hips, your spine, your neck, maybe your wrists. Get into all the nooks and crannies of your body that you feel like really need waking up. Maybe spread those fingers wide and push down into those. Whatever feels good for you, there's no limit to what you can stretch. Just keep that breath flowing and use the breath to guide you through the movement. Really nice. And give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And you're going to drop down onto your forearms. Reach that right arm out in front and take the left hand and post it underneath the right. So you're trying to drag yourself underneath your right arm. Reach those left fingers, and the further you reach and roll onto that left shoulder, the deeper you'll get into a shoulder stretch. And if you want to, you can take that right hand all the way behind you, behind your back, and take hold of your left thigh. Really nice. Breathe, reach with that left hand, rolling onto that left shoulder. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Really feel that shoulder stretching. And breathe, inhale. And exhale. Take one more deep breath. Reach that left arm out. Take your right hand and you're going to post the right hand underneath the left and gazing underneath your left shoulder and trying to roll onto the right shoulder. And again, if you want to, your left arm, so the arm that's on top, you can bring it around to either the small of your back, or if you want to give it a little twist, trying to take hold of that right thigh. And breathing, inhale. Rolling onto that shoulder, exhale. And give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring yourself to center. Reach those arms out and drop your chest down. Sit bones up towards the sky. Extended puppy pose, one of my absolute favorites. Drawing that navel in towards your spine. Send the feet out behind you, parallel like train tracks. So we're stretching our chest, our abdomen, our shoulders, and the backs of our hamstrings here, and our upper back. If you want to get deeper into your shoulders, lift up on those fingertips like little spiders. And breathe here, keeping that navel drawn in. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. One more deep breath. And then place the palms flat and slowly draw your chest along the mat. Bring yourself into your Sphinx pose. So Sphinx, arms parallel and your forearms down on the mat so you look like a little statue in Egypt. Excuse me. And if you want to, you can stay in Sphinx. If you'd like to take your Cobra, what you're going to do is walk those hands back a little bit and lift the chest higher. So this gets deeper into your lower back. So both Sphinx and Cobra are really good for lower back pain. If you've got a really bendy back and you feel like you want a little bit more, then come up into your Cobra. Otherwise, stay in your Sphinx. So what we're doing here is we're stretching our chest, abdomen, and our shoulders again, and our lower back. I'm going to give you an option. You can either stay in your Cobra or your Sphinx, or you can add a bit of movement here. So in time with your breath, you can come forward on the inhale. And lift on the exhale, mobilizing your spine a little bit more. And what I want you to do while you're in this pose, whether it's still or moving, is pay attention to the bottom half of your body, make sure it's engaged. Point your toes to lift your knees off the mat and make sure you feel that engagement in your glutes, your hamstrings, and your lower back. And lift. And lower. Really nice. And let's go for 3. And lower, well done. 2. And lower. And 1. And lower, really nice. Bring yourself back into your Sphinx pose. Remember that engagement, pointing the toes to lift the knees, engaging that bum, the glutes, the hamstrings. Take your right hand in line with the mat and roll onto your right side, onto your right shoulder and your right hip. So this is a really deep shoulder stretch. If at any point it feels a little bit intense, bring yourself back to center and take your Sphinx pose. So you're going to come up on those left fingertips, bending the left arm. The further you roll onto the right side, the deeper you get into that shoulder. If you want to use your left leg as a lever, you can pull that left behind. Place the left foot flat and bend the left knee if you want to get really deep. And breathe into that stretch. Really feel yourself rolling into the shoulder. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Really rolling into the shoulder. Give me one more here. And gently back to center, taking your Sphinx pose. Engaging. So we're taking a nice little Sphinx in between. Always make sure that you engage here. Feel that lower back, bum, hamstrings, and glutes engaging, lifting the knees, pointing the toes, push down through the palms. And then send that left arm out to the side. Roll onto the left hip. Bring your left ear to the mat. Dropping those right fingers down into a spider shape, bending the right arm and rolling onto your left shoulder. So you can use that right leg as a lever to kind of pull yourself back. And if you want to get even deeper, bending the right knee, placing the right foot flat. Use those fingers as well. You can use those right fingers to kind of push yourself deeper into that stretch. And remember, if at any point it feels a little bit intense, pull yourself back to center to your Sphinx pose. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And gently bring yourself back to center. Take your Sphinx pose on your forearms, bend the knees, and just walk the hands back. We're going to bring ourselves into a kneeling position. So if you want to, you can shift yourself into the middle of your mat. Otherwise, you can stay where you are. It doesn't make much of a difference. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our thunderbolt pose. So this, I know that some of you guys feel this pinching a little bit. It is quite a pinchy pose. What we're going to do is you're just going to tuck those toes under and sit your bum on your heels, and you push back into your feet, into your heels. Bring your palms onto your knees. So we're stretching out our feet here. If it does feel like it's just a little bit too much for you, then by all means, take a child's pose and meet us in the next pose. So what we're doing is we're just pushing our feet out. So we're just stretching the backs of our feet. And then we're going to take our toes pose after this. So toes pose, we'll stretch out the fronts of our feet, our arches and our shins. And what it does is it helps with chronic heel and foot pain. So it's another really good one to do if you're a runner. Taking a nice deep breath, really pushing those feet out behind you. Take one more breath. Untuck the feet, sit back on your heels. Take the hands behind you, slight bend in the elbows, and you're going to start to lift those knees so you feel that stretch through the shins, the front of the feet. Deep breath. And exhale. And I'm not going to get you to hold this for long because it is a little bit of an intense one. We're just going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop back into a kneeling position. So we're going to stay kneeling for the next things we're going to do, but as always, if kneeling just is not in your practice, if it is really uncomfortable for you, feel free to take it from a seated position. Take your right hand and bring it in front of your face, so your right hand is in line with your nose. You're going to take your left arm up and underneath and wrap the hands together. We're going to take our eagle arms. So again, you're trying to bring your palms together, but if they don't meet, don't worry about it. It's just wherever you get your arms. So that left arm's going to come up underneath and twist and wrap around, trying to bring that palm in front of your face. And we're going to have the same movement with our spine that we would for cat-cow. So what we're going to do is inhale, start to lift, arch the back, gaze up at your thumb. And exhale, curve under, chin to chest. We're getting deeper into our shoulders. I do like a good shoulder stretch. And lifting. Well done. And lower, curving that spine. Really nice. And give me 5. And lower. And 4. And lower. And 3. Really nice. And lower. 2. Lovely. And last one, lifting. And lowering. Bring yourself back to center. Unwrap the arms. Just take them out on either side and take a breath. And let's take our left hand now in front of our face. Right arm's going to come underneath and around. So wrapping it on the opposite side now, trying to bring your palms together as best you can. Gazing at your thumbs, take a deep breath, reach, arch the back, gazing upwards. Exhale, curve the spine. Inhale. And exhale, well done. Let's go for 5. And reach, curving under, and lift. And lower, lovely, and 3, really nice, and lower, and 2, and lower, and 1, and lower, really nice. Bring those arms out on either side, take a breath, bring your palms in front of you, bring yourself back into your all fours position. You're going to take that right leg out behind you in a nice straight line. So what you're going to do with that leg is you're going to draw a semicircle with that right foot to bring it in line with your left foot. So if you want to use the side of your mat just to make sure it's nice and aligned, then by all means do that. Walk the hands back and roll up through the spine, reaching those arms up towards the sky, dropping those shoulders down. Arms in line with your ears. Take a nice deep breath, start to hinge to the right, bringing that right hand down onto the right calf, left arm up and over, push that left hip out, inhale. And exhale. Really nice deep breath, keep that chest open and exhale. So this is you're making like a little half moon with your body. Feel a stretch all the way from the left hip to the left fingers. Really nice. Gorgeous. Give me one more breath here. Gently bring that arm over the left hand in line with the left knee. Reach that right arm up. Make sure the shoulders are stacked so they're on top of each other from wrist to wrist, a nice straight line. Deep breath, keep those hips aligned. and hold. If you want, you can take a balance here, straight both arm and legs. And hold here. Really nice. And if you want, you can add a bit of movement. You can draw the knee to the elbow. And we're going to do 5 breaths. So whichever version you're in, we're going to go for 5. Really nice. 4, 3, and stretch. 2, and stretch. And 1. And bring yourself back into that all fours position. Keep the right leg out behind you, and you're going to draw that right knee in towards your right wrist, and turn the right foot, send the left leg back. Turn that right calf so it's in line with the front of your mat, or as in line with the front of your mat as you're going to get it. Bringing yourself into your pigeon pose. So your left leg goes back, your right calf is parallel with the front of your mat. Push down with your palms. Make sure those hips are aligned. Most important thing here is our hip alignment. So if you're super flexible, what we tend to do when we're super bendy, and I'm very guilty of it as well, is we put our ego above our form. So we might melt really far into the stretch, but our hips will be all over the place, like all wiggly wobbly. So if you do feel like that, pull yourself out of the stretch a little bit and just make sure those hips are squared to the front like car headlights. You can also use a block or a book or anything, an iPhone box, packet of baby wipes, pop it underneath your lifted bum cheek just to even yourself out and really sink into that hip opening. And if your foot, if your calf is not parallel and straight with the top of the mat, then really don't worry. Very few people's are. Mine definitely isn't. Just as much as you can, really feel those hips sinking open. And maybe you're happy here, maybe you want to start to walk the hands forward. Maybe you come down onto your forearms today, and maybe you draw the torso over the bent knee, the forehead down towards the mat. Take your sleeping pigeon. Active rest and passive stretch. So we are resting, but we're still opening those hips. And breathing here, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Really breathe into that stretch. Start to walk those hands back into that upright position, placing the palms flat. And you're just going to circle that left leg all the way around. So that left leg's going to come all the way up and over and plant that left foot over the top of your right knee. So your right leg has stayed in the same position that it was in for pigeon. So just to show you from the front, your left leg was behind, your right leg should be like this. So your left leg behind you, that left leg is going to go, come round in a circle, probably not with the sound effects, and plant that left foot over the top of your right knee. So this is what it's going to look like. And you're going to try and keep those bum cheeks both down on the mat, which I know is a little bit difficult, but it is quite important. So try and keep foot flat, bum cheeks flat if you can. So now we have this knee position. You're going to take your left hand behind you like a secondary spine. Reach that right arm up towards the sky, and as you exhale, you're going to twist. Drop that right elbow down to the outside of your left knee and push that knee away. Start to gaze over the left shoulder. Half Lord of the Fishes. One of the best seated twists. If you've got sciatica, this is a really nice one for releasing any pain. Seated twists are just really, really lovely. If you are pregnant, please avoid any twists because they restrict the airflow to the fetus. If you've managed to follow these instructions and get into Half Lord of the Fishes, then well done. If you're a bit like, what the hell is she doing? You can take the same seated spinal twist that we took at the beginning. By all means, you'll get pretty much the same effect. Gazing all the way behind you, really push against that knee with the right elbow. And then gently bring yourself back to center. Just take a little mini twist around to the other side just to counter. And then bring your palms in front, untuck the legs and bring yourself back into an all fours position. I'm ready to do all of that on the other side. So let's take our left leg out behind us, pointing the toe. And just to show you from the front, you're going to take that left foot and draw a semicircle all the way around, bring that left foot in line with the right knee. Start to walk those hands back, curl up through the spine. Lifting the arms, shoulders down, arms in line with your ears, lovely. Keep those hips squared to the front, and what I mean by that is that you're not kind of sticking your bum out or letting that left hip fall back, which is very, very tempting to do. Try and keep them nice and aligned, squared to the front, arms in line with the ears. If you want to start to hinge across to the left, bring that left hand down onto the left calf, right arm up and over. Keep that chest open, try not to fall forward. Think of yourself as a nice half moon, pushing that right hip out. Right arm is in line with your ear. Really feel that stretch from finger to hip, a nice lateral stretch. Deep inhale. And exhale. And then take that right hand and bring it in line with the right hip into your gate pose. Straight line from wrist to wrist, shoulders stacked. Keep that chest open if you're happy here, lovely. If you want to take a balance, lifting that left leg, reach the left arm out in front. Keep that core engaged. And those of you wanting a little bit of movement, you're going to draw the knee into the elbow and reach. So wherever you are, 5 breaths. Let's go for 5. And reach. 4. And reach. 3. And reach. 2. And reach. And 1. Really nice. And reach. And then bring yourself back into your all fours position, but keeping that left leg out behind you. Draw the left knee forward to meet the left wrist. Take that left calf so it's parallel with the top of the mat and send that right leg back. Really nice. So pigeon pose now on the left hand side. I don't know why, but I like to be on this side. I prefer it. So remembering the most important thing here is our hip alignment. So if you feel like you're slumping to one side, and you might find that you have a bad side. So for example, this is my naughty side. I always find myself kind of slumping onto the left and leaving this right hip open. You don't want to do that. No matter how flexible you are, your alignment is more important. So keeping your hips squared to the front. So it might mean you have to lift yourself up a little bit more than you're used to. Puff that chest out like a nice proud pigeon and push down through your palms. Lots of P's in that sentence. And if you feel like your hip is lifted, feel free to pop something underneath that lifted hip, like a block, a book, anything that you think will help level you out. And if you're happy here, wonderful. If you want to start to walk those hands forward, maybe you come to here, maybe your forearms, and maybe you drop the torso over the bent knee, the forehead down onto the mat and breathe. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Really nice breathing, nice and deeply. Take one more deep breath here. So really feeling those hips melting open in that sleeping pigeon. And then start to walk those hands back into an upright position. And when you're here, take that right leg and you're going to circle that right leg all the way around and plant the right foot over the top of the left knee. So again, I'm going to show you from the front what it's going to look like. Your left calf, so this is if you're in pigeon, although I don't actually have the space to do it. If you're in pigeon, your right leg out behind you, your left leg parallel with the top of the mat, or as parallel as you can get it. You're going to take that right leg, you're going to circle it all the way around, and it's going to go boom, plant that right foot over the top of the left knee. Try and keep those bum cheeks nice and solid on the mat if you can. If you can keep solid bum and flat foot, that is lovely. Bring your right hand behind you like a secondary spine. Inhale the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the left arm and take that left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Start to twist, push away with the elbow, pushing that knee away and twist through the spine, gazing over your right shoulder. Twist, twist, twist. Again, if you're a little bit confused by the instructions, this can be a little bit of a confusing one. Take the same seated twist we took right at the beginning. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, push that knee away. Really nice. Try and keep yourself upright in this twist. Lovely seated twist. Deep breath in here. And exhale, give me one more breath. Get as deep into that twist as you can. Really feel the spine and the shoulders twisting. Gently back to center. Give yourself a little counter twist around to the left. Then place your palms in front. And just bring yourself into a seated position. Feet flat, knees bent. Arms in line with your knees. You're going to start to roll gently back down onto the mat. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Peeling that spine nice and slowly. So you can engage your core as you go if you want. One vertebra at a time, melt down into the mat. And you're just going to give your legs a little windscreen wipe, so taking your knees from side to side. To just release that spine. You can also take your Alpanasana, drawing your knees into your chest and rocking from side to side. Really nice. We'll finish off with our bridge, because it is a nice one to finish with, especially in a restorative class. Place your feet flat about hip width apart, bend the knees, draw the heels in towards the bum. Make sure that spine is completely flat on the mat. And if your spine is completely flat, you'll feel a very gentle tilt to the pelvis, which will only be noticeable to you. It won't be noticeable to the eye, you'll just feel it. Arms down by your side, head, neck, shoulders and spine nice and straight. Inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, lifting those hips up towards the sky. Keep the feet and knees parallel, don't bow them out to the side. And you'll notice that if you keep them parallel, you'll get that engagement in the glutes, the hamstrings and the lower back. Lift those hips high. You can walk your hands together underneath your back and interlace the fingers if you want to. And breathe, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, really nice. So shoulder bridge is a really good one for engaging the glutes and the hamstrings. It's really good for insomnia, anxiety and stress. It's a nice back bend. Keeping those hips high, give me 5, 4, pushing down through the feet, 3, 2, hips as high as you can. And 1, very slowly, very gently melting down into the mat, 1 vertebra at a time. Take your happy baby pose, so bring your fingers around your toes and just drawing them towards you and gently rocking. Or you can take Alpanasana if you'd rather, so just hugging your knees into your chest. And then in your own time, you're going to start to straighten out. Bring yourself down onto the mat. Ready for your Shavasana, bringing your arms out on either side, opening out your palms, allowing your spine to melt down, feet falling open. Again, if you would rather take Shavasana in another position, by all means, do whatever feels good for you. If you're pregnant, popping a cushion between your knees and lying in a fetal position on your left-hand side. Everyone else, you can take it however you'd like. So if you want to get blankets, socks, jumpers, cushions, dim the lights, pop on music, do whatever you need to do. Alternatively, if you would prefer not to take Shavasana, I definitely won't be offended if you sign off now. I know it's not for everyone, so don't feel like you absolutely have to take it. Bring yourself onto your mat, and when you feel nice and settled, just close your eyes and let your palms fall open, facing up towards the sky. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose, expanding your abdomen and sending all of that air down towards the bottom of your lungs, filling them like a glass all the way to the top. Exhale, reverse the breath, draw the navel to the spine. And again, inhale. And exhale. Start to bring yourself back to where you were at the beginning of the class. No thoughts, no worries. Taking that imaginary broom and sweeping the mind clear of any wandering, cluttering thoughts. Just tuning into that slow and steady rhythm of your breath. And every inhale, feel that breath wash through you as though it's cleansing you. Exhale, releasing. And start to check in with those key tension points. Make sure the shoulders are down, away from the ears, neck long, head light and facial features soft and gentle. Jaw unlocked, teeth unclenched and tongue down away from the roof of the mouth. Take your attention to your feet. Feel your toes fall open, unraveling. Ankles, calves, knees and thighs lightweight on the mat as though someone is taking your batteries out. All the way up to the base of the spine and feeling each vertebrae unravel one by one, melting down into the mat, becoming one with the earth. All the way up to your shoulders and feeling them glide deeper into the mat, deeper down your spine, melting like lava, melting away from the ears, allowing your neck to grow long. Facial features soft and gentle. Jaw unlocked. No tension, no frowning. Head light. Arms lightweight at your side with your palms open, receiving energy. Fingers unraveled. And finally, take your attention to your chest and abdomen. Focusing on the slowing of your heartbeat and the slow and steady rise and fall of your breath. A gentle rhythm guiding your body into a nice deep relaxation. And allow that breath to help you sink into the earth, become one with the ground. Just take these moments for you as you inhale and exhale. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes to draw awareness back into your bodies. Hug your knees into your chest and gently rock from side to side to release your spine on the mat. And bring yourself all the way over onto the right hand side into a fetal position. Gently bring yourself up to seated on your mat. Bring your palms onto your knees. Neck long. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, let out a deep sigh. Really use that moment to just get rid of anything that is on your chest. Do it again. Inhale. And one more time. Release all that negative back into the universe. You don't want it anymore. Inhale. And draw your palms together at your heart center. Thank you all so much for sharing your Sunday evening with me. As always, it's an absolute delight. Stay happy, healthy, and safe.